Hello everyone and welcome back to the, I guess this is day 2 of the PolyNerdic ProWrestling Global Tag Cup. Let me show you the rankings of the tournament so far. You got A bracket, the L.I.J team of Bushi and Takagi, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, and the GBH team of Tyson, Tomko, and Giant Bernard, all leading with 5 points apiece. The Revival, Harper and Rowan, and SANADA, Eric Young, Killian Dane, bringing up the rear. B bracket, same situation. Tama, Tonga Low of the Bullet Club, Neville and Buddy Murphy, and Hiroki Goto and Masato Tanaka tied for first with 5 points apiece. The Authors of Pain, the L.I.J team of Evil and SANADA, and Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent 7, bringing up the rear. You know, this is day 2. We've only had, you know, a total of 6 matches across the 2 brackets. So let's get into it. Our first match of today is going to be L.I.J, Bushi. I love as I type it, the autocorrect tries to make it sushi. Alright, so day 2 is going to kick off with Bushi and Takagi against the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. The main event of day 2 is also another title match. It's going to be the Never Openweight title. Kota Ibushi, the champion, versus the Miracle Mike Kanellis. I figure it's time for Mike Kanellis to get some love here in PolyNerdic ProWrestling. See if he can take the belt off the new Never Openweight champion. A belt that in real life gets hot-shotted around back and forth between fellas. So, getting a case of art imitating life. We're doing that thing again, are we? Alright. For some reason, every so often, my browser decides to do this thing, where if I tab away from Twitch, it won't keep the video playing. So, I have to open up a tab and move it to the bottom. So I can continue doing my browsing and whatnot. These 2 teams are 2 of the 3 that were tied for first. So obviously this match will lead to someone pulling ahead by 5 points. It's an interesting matchup because the Young Bucks just recently, in the last several months, moved up into the heavyweight division, while Shingo and Bushi, they are in the light heavyweight tag division. So it's an interesting pairing of teams. Shingo Takagi, as I said on yesterday or day 1's broadcast, that man, I know he's a star from Dragon's Gate, but he's going to be a huge star in New Japan if they use him right. That's the thing about New Japan and me, is I am not so well versed in them as to know for certain that, you know, that they're going to properly utilize people. As has long been a tradition around here when I'm streaming PolyNerdic Pro Wrestling, I always end up watching a little bit of New Japan. I gotta catch up and finish the last show they did. Jericho versus Evil is the last match I have to watch. I hear really good things about it. So there's some interesting things in tag team matches in this game where most of the time tag team partners will come in and help. But occasionally you get a bit like in day one where Trent Seven did not come help Tyler Bate, and that's what cost him the match. I apologize for the big black box that just appeared on the screen. I did not have notifications off. So an update to Spider-Man just started, or just installed, and ruined the quality of this match's recording. That's a very Naito-ass move he just did. Interesting pinning combination. Super kick. I don't have the same Kevin Kelly enthusiasm about it, but nice backstabber, lung blower, depending on where you're from. Total elimination. Suplex. Codebreaker, or Magnum. It's a very popular move. I know, things trend in wrestling. See a lot of backstabber, lumbar check, lung blower type moves, and a lot of codebreaker type moves. Tessa Blanchard uses it. Chris Jericho uses it. There's a lot of running double knees in the corner. Io Shirai. Andrade, Cien almost uses it, there's just trends in wrestling. A lot of apron spots are common now, which probably not the best for the longevity of the guys involved. But nice move. Way to go. Way to go, Bucks. That was a nice move to finish the match. The Super Hurricane Rana. Dug it. Alright, we get Neville and Buddy Murphy against AOP. So we had two New Japan teams go up against each other. Now we're getting two WWE teams against each other.
Fight!
Kind of don't envy whoever wins this, because whoever wins this tournament overall gets War Machine. Assuming War Machine is still the tag champs, by the time this tournament's over. Which I have no doubt they will, because I don't see myself doing much in the way of tournaments or cards that aren't this for the next, couple weeks. And if I do, I'll probably keep the tag titles off the card just in case. wish I was more well versed in women's wrestling in Japan, because as I go through and look at Fire Pro's roster of available downloadable wrestlers. Excuse me, I had to mute the mic. The sneeze hit me. As I go through and look, I see so many names that, like, I don't even know if they're real people or if they're video game creations or what, because I am not familiar with that world at all. Excuse me. I had a beer earlier and it made me stuffy. There must be a lot of wheat in the beer. As I mentioned in day one, AOP, the current tag team champs on Raw, in the hunt to earn a #1 contendership to take on War Machine here in PolyNerdic Pro Wrestling. Like Megumi Kudo, I remember her from the 90s in Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, but I think she's long retired. And then there's so many that are just Japanese names that I can't, like, I don't read Japanese, so I can't tell who they're supposed to be. Like, they look badass, but I don't want to put in, you know, characters into my show that are, you know, just merely look cool and may not even be real, you know, it could be video game characters, or like, yeah, see, here's Blaze Fielding, which I believe is the woman from Streets of Rage. Yep, Blaze from the Streets of Rage series. Looks pretty cool, but if I put her in, I'd be putting a fictional person into my quote-unquote real world of PolyNerdic Pro Wrestling. Also, apologies for not paying much attention to what's going on in this match. Who the hell is this? Doug Williams? It is Doug Williams. What's Doug Williams doing? Ah, he's coming out to help the his fellow Brit and Aussie companions, I guess. Is he going to be part of this? Am I inadvertently creating a stable here? Dog, hit him with something. You're the muscle of this group. There you go. Murphy missed with the V-trigger. Hit an exploder of his own. Hit the V-trigger that time. Just jumping knee. Almost angle slam. I guess Doug Williams is going to form a partnership with Neville and Murphy. come up with a team name for this faction that's being born out of the natural way the match works. You know, the run-ins and this pairing that I slapped together. Good job, buddy. I mean, I like AOP just fine, but I'm happy my team is the one that's pulled ahead here. They now sit atop B block. Ever so temporarily. But they're at the top for now. I think the Young Bucks versus Neville and Buddy Murphy, that would be a hell of a final. There we go. Bludgeon Brothers versus the Revival. If you follow New Japan, you probably saw that they announced Naito versus Jericho for the Intercontinental title at Wrestle Kingdom. And then Jericho said no. Be interesting to see what goes on there. I ultimately doubt that it will be a match that doesn't happen. I'm pretty sure we'll see Naito Jericho too at Wrestle Kingdom. I'd be shocked otherwise. So much stuff going on. I'm hyper-stimulated. Like, got stuff going on Facebook. I got New Japan Pro Wrestling, you know, Evil versus Jericho in front of me. I got this match between the Revival and Bludgeon Brothers. There's chairs everywhere. Text messages coming in. It's crazy time. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm not at work. It feels good. Got the night off. I mean, of course, I got to work Saturday night instead. But that it? Revival done? Nope. Got the kick out. These matches I get less excited about when they're, you know, matches that could conceivably happen. We could see Revival versus Bludgeon Brothers at some point because they're both WWE contracted teams. You know, the L.I.J versus Young Bucks match that opened day 2. Again, good match, but there's also something that could really happen. See, if they were smart, they would have kept Harper out of the ring, since he would have been the one to get counted out. Somebody created 2B from Near Automata, but then misspelled Near. Oh, Bludgeon Brothers with the victory. Looks like Revival's going to be the team that is a constant disappointment. That's a shame. Revival's going to end up being my disappointing team on the A bracket. WWE Creative must be booking this thing. See, again, this is another one that I can't really get super excited for because Evil and SANADA have faced Tama, Tonga, and Tonga Loa before. Excuse me, I'm trying to type this out for when I upload it. I know what was on each card. It takes a moment sometimes. I want to make sure I spell names right and everything. Because I did misspell Kazuchika Okada earlier. Much to my embarrassment. Yeah, a lot of people like to make anime people, a lot of video game characters, like I just saw Chun-Li. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that in my PolyNerdic Pro Wrestling. So it makes it kind of a pain when I'm scrolling through, looking at downloads. I was all set to have Ambrose and Rollins be a part of this tournament when I initially laid it out. And then they had to go and break up after the Roman Reigns leukemia announcement. You know, which in itself was devastating. Not a big Roman Reigns guy, but I don't want to see anyone battle cancer. Day 2 is apparently going to be the day that's full of matches that are actually possible. Because so far, every one of them has been. Try to predict what we'll have next. Magic Killer. In fact, I know these two teams faced off for real recently because I recently seen a clip of them going for the Magic Killer and Tama Tonga reversing it into a gun stun. So I know it recently happened. But those Tongans and their headbutts, man. It's one of those things, one of those great professional wrestling myths that somehow Samoans have harder heads than average. Break things up and got punched in the face for his trouble there, SANADA. So much going on. Can't follow it. Crowd's eating this matchup though. Hope the judges are. Stingy bastards with their negative ratings all the time. Man, Tama Tonga with like a Pele kick. Oh, he missed again. Yeah, Evil and SANADA bringing it to Bullet Club. That's one thing this game is missing. I mean, there's several things this game is missing, but one thing it's missing is the ability to get tables out from under the ring. Even the narrow style tables that they use in Japan, and put people through them. That would be fantastic. I mean, they let you suplex people over the top rope. Why not let you suplex people through tables? Oh, sudden spike in viewership real quick there. Thank you for jumping in on the my take on the World Tag League, calling it the Global Tag Cup because I'm original. This is all for the a shot at War Machine, who has the tag belts right now. SANADA. Holy shit, SANADA, were you asleep? Huh. Well, thanks for the raid. Let's see, it's an electrical longboard. I appreciate it. And hello to the two of you with TV in your names. We're going to move on to the next match here. Alright, we got another L.I.J team. Oh, wait a minute, that shouldn't be right. They've already gone on day 2. So, I need to rearrange this. Should be... Let's see, they already faced off against the Young Bucks. Bludgeon Brothers. So it should be Bernard and Tomko against... Harper and Rowan? No. Let's see. I don't know why it went out of order here. That's kind of embarrassing as a bunch of you join, that it F's up. Should be... Bludgeon Brothers and Revival, Young Bucks, and so it should be Sanity against... Now how did they get out of order like this? Okay, Sanity versus... Let's see, we did 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, so it should be 5 and 6, but it looks like they've already faced off. I've never had it mess up when it's going through its cycle before. L.I.J and the Bucks, Revival and Bludgeon Brothers. Let me pull up a template here. The template I was working with when I set this up. Okay, so we had 1 versus 2 already happen. And 3 versus 6. How did this go out of order? Because on day 2, Bushi and Takagi took on the Young Bucks. So that's that. And the Bludgeon Brothers took on So it should be... They've done 2, they've done 2, they've done 2, they've done 1, and they've done 1. But they've already faced each other. Well, hell, we'll do GBH versus the Young Bucks. I guess the Young Bucks will go for a second match. We don't have all night, you know?
Fight! Give up?
Still trying to figure out how that got out of sorts. It was all organized. Hope everyone's well now that I've sorted out that confusion as best as possible. I still feel like it should have played out differently than that. Not sure how it got out of sorts, how we ended up with the Young Bucks doing double duty tonight. I'm sure that's going to mess things up down the road as I do this tournament further on. Because everyone should have wrestled once today, but it's going to end up with Sanity taking the day off on A bracket. So they'll have to do double duty next time. Chase Owens. Gonna bug me the rest of the night though, trying to figure out how things got twisted, and then we ended up with Sanity taking the day off. I believe currently the Young Bucks are in the lead with 2 victories. If Tyson, Tomko, and Giant Bernard beat them here, they'll pull them to a tie for first place. It's worth noting at this point, since you all just joined, that none of these are my creations. These are ones I have downloaded because I happen to be pretty bad at creating people. So these are everyone you see here who's not part of the New Japan roster that comes with the game. They're all ones I picked up from various sources. My only contribution to this is the ring and the referee. I mentioned it earlier, I believe, before the majority of you showed up, that this is the part of the card that's less exciting because a lot of the matches are ones that could actually happen. This one notwithstanding, since Tomko and Bernard aren't in New Japan anymore. But like when we had L.I.J facing Bullet Club, that's a thing that happens. Did not expect it to end there. I thought his brother would get it in time to break the pin, but Bernard got the interception there. So the Young Bucks are now tied with Tomko and Bernard for first place. Let's see what it throws at me next. See if B bracket's also messed up for some reason. Yeah, let's do it here too, where we're going to have double duty with AOP. Somehow it got out of sorts. I guess having 6 and 7 face off on day 1 is what threw it off. But gotta do it. AOP versus Tyler Bate and Trent 7. Mustache Mountain versus the Authors of Pain. I can't take the name of Mustache Mountain seriously. British Strong Style, the trio with Pete Dunne, is a less silly name.
Fight.
For the life of me, I can't. It is gonna bug me the rest of the night as to how I got the tournament all messed up.
Give up.
Well, after this match here is, I believe, yeah, the 6th match of the night. Yeah. So, after this match, I'm going to move away from the round robin and do the main event title match that I have set up, which for this one will be Kota Ibushi versus Mike Kanellis for the openweight title. And then that's going to end the Fire Pro stream for a little while. I'm going to take a break, sort out this tournament, and then come back either with more Fire Pro or Red Dead Redemption 2. I really do got to figure out what the hell happened with my tournament, though. I thought I had it all worked out, and somehow I flubbed it. I didn't want to have any double dipping, you know, teams appearing twice in the same day of the tournament. Thank you all for joining me, though. I appreciate it.
Give up.
Of all the streams I do, it seems these Fire Pro ones get the most attention. At some point, I'll figure out what to do about getting a custom ring apron and mat graphics, so it doesn't look quite so bare bones.
Yeah.
Oh, that was close. They almost had him. I do believe Mustache Mountain is looking for their first win in this tournament. I believe Authors of Pain are also... Yeah, I believe Authors of Pain have lost all their matches up to this point. Falling to the team of Neville and Buddy Murphy and the Bullet Club. Always works out that way when I do these round robins, that somebody ends up being very disappointing. Last month when I did the singles tournament, singles round robin, Finn Balor had an atrocious showing. Any of you watching the new UK NXT that WWE's put out? I've watched the first couple episodes of it, and I'm not quite sold on it just yet. And there's some very talented wrestlers there, but a lot of them I'd rather see just, brought into the fold of proper NXT. Of course, that's what I love about this game, is getting to mix everything together, make it a truly global thing when you do tournaments or just regular cards, because where else are you going to see some of the matches than in a video game like this? Oh, Mustache Mountain getting their first victory. AOP continues to suck as far as their win-loss record goes. Tyler Driver 97. 6T, the judges, so to speak, in big old quotes, that evaluate these matches, they are harsh. Like, unless there's, a battle royale with a lot of action going on, or, a bunch of bloodshed and a landmine death match, you typically don't see very high ratings. Alright, real quick, we'll look at the rankings. Fill you in on where the tournament stands after day 2. Young Bucks and GBH, they are tied for first, 10 points apiece. L.I.J, the team of Bushi and Takagi, tied with the Bludgeon Brothers at 5. And then the Revival holding on to the goose egg, and of course Sanity has only wrestled one match. So they, the one match they have wrestled, they lost. B brackets kind of got the same thing going on. Bullet Club, 10 points. Neville and Buddy Murphy, 10 points. Mustache Mountain and the Chaos team of Hiroki Goto and Masato Tanaka, 5 points. Evil and SANADA and AOP holding on to zeros. That's day 2. Let me go ahead and save it before we step back to the regular matches. Alright. And then, as promised, every day of this tournament is going to end with a singles title match of one type or another. Today's match being the never openweight title held by Kota Ibushi. He's going to take on, just because I want to see it, I have to find him. There he is. The Miracle Mike Kanellis, better known as Mike Bennett. The man who is surprisingly considered a cruiserweight. Going after the never openweight title. This is going to be the last little bit before I take a break. As much as I'd love to keep it going and keep this audience, I do need to take a break.
Fight!
Both to stretch my legs and to get something to drink. And I guess while I'm on break, I'll sort out the next couple days of the tournament to make sure we don't have a repeat of today's debacle. Kota Ibushi recently took the never openweight title off Rob Van Dam. Knocked him out with a Kamagoye knee strike to the face. And a card that I recorded early this morning when I first got off work. I don't suspect that Kota loses this match either. But I've been surprised before. Like, there's been a number of matches I've put together that have ended real quick that were surprising. Like, I thought Tommaso Ciampa would put up more of a fight against AJ Styles once. I thought Seth Rollins would put up more of a fight against Kenny Omega. I thought Adam Cole would do better against Okada. All those matches ended in less than 10 minutes and were completely one-sided. So my suspicion that Kanellis here won't put up much of a fight against Kota Ibushi could completely be turned on its head, but we'll see. That's the beauty of letting the AI go at it. You never know what you're going to get. You know, you put together a Survivor Series style match expecting a little more parity than you get, you know, where the faces all get eliminated and only eliminate Samoa Joe. Which in turn leads to a 4-way title match that sees AJ Styles lose his belt to Brock Lesnar and what is like the most unsatisfying bit of random nonsense this game's ever given me. I guess the beauty of Brock being the champ here in my fantasy promotion is that I can make him do as many matches as I want to get that belt off of him. I suppose if I wanted to be ridiculous about it, I could have him wrestle every match on the card to get rid of the belt. So I guess that's a silver lining. Unlike the real world where he disappears for 6 months at a time. what the hell's Batista doing? What kind of beef does Batista have with Kota Ibushi? Well, that might do it for him, though. Depending on how this goes. Bet it might, or Kanellis might win on the strength of Batista run-in. If Batista does anything productive, anyway. Okay, so if Ibushi wins, we know who his next challenger is. Alright! That Kamigoye, man, it ends people. I mean, he straight KO'd RVD with it. As I said, though, as much as I don't want to lose the audience, and as much as I appreciate the raid from Electrical Longboard, I have to go. I have to take a break. I have to get up and walk around a little bit, stretch my legs, clear my head, get something to drink, all that. I might return with more Fire Pro tonight. If I don't return with Fire Pro, it'll be Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm in the middle of Chapter 3. I just kind of want to fool around with that and stream. So, thank you for watching. It means the world to me. I love an audience. If I don't return with more of this tonight, it will be soon. Make sure you check frequently in the archive videos here on my channel where everything's kept, or over on the YouTube channel as well, where I put everything up. But thank you for watching. I gotta go. I'll see you next time here with more of PolyNerdic Pro Wrestling as we continue the PolyNerdic Global Tag Team Cup to determine the #1 contender for War Machine's tag titles. I'll see you next time.